Fella, what the hell is going on here?
What the hell is going on?
Boy, will you find out what the hell is going on, please?
Can anybody tell me what the hell is going on?
Can someone tell me what the hell is going on?
Captain on deck!
What the hell is going on?
Get your ass over
What the hell is going on?
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? And what the hell is going on? That's what a lot of people want to know. There's a lot of moving pieces going on all at the same time, all around the world. And I mean all at the same time, man. It's crazy. I try to keep up with the news, but sometimes it's just impossible. A new variant has come out, and they're talking about lockdowns again. Most people at this point don't even care to hear about it because they've been hearing this crap for how long? More crimes against the Biden family. Nothing's going to be done. More charges against Trump. Nothing's going to be done. FedNow's been launched. We're getting ready to go to the pandemic treaty that we're supposed to sign and give away our sovereignty. 2 more train derailments, putting more chemicals in our water system. A recent test found out that more than 54% of all of our water sources have what's called chemical forever. Terrible. And we have the BRICS nation getting ready to announce their new currency this August. And what does that mean for our gold, silver, Vietnam dong, and Iraqi dinar? Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack will start to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. So before we get into all the fun-loving things in the media, let's think about what we're looking at. If you are being offered a choice in currency, you have the Fed dollar, which is right here, and it is backed by the credit and good faith of the American government. Or somebody offers you an alternative currency, something like a gold certificate, in which you can take this certificate and at any time take it into a bank and exchange it for physical gold. So which currency becomes more attractive to you? Exactly. All right, so I'm going to try to cover all the news, gold, silver, cryptos, the whole 9 yards. This isn't going to take long. Let me go ahead and shoot through cryptos. Bitcoin managing to stay above 30,000 at $30,197. Ethereum's at $1,852.62. XRP is at 47 cents. Cardano is at 28 cents. Dogecoin's at 6 cents. Solana's at $21.83. Litecoin's at $97.55. Polygon is at 67 cents. Polkadot's at $5.09. Shiba at 5076. Gold ended the week at $1,924.40 an ounce. Silver at $23.06 an ounce. We are now getting into that time of the year, every year at this time, right? As soon as July starts, between July, August, September, going halfway through October, you usually see gold and silver prices are pretty stagnant. They don't go up, they don't go down. Or they might, if anything, you might see a slight change up and down. This time, I think it's going to be a whole lot more different. And I'm going to get into that because what I'm about to share with you is going to be a huge influence on all of the currencies we're invested in, as well as gold and silver and cryptos. So Parliament Finance resolves its position on the budget appeals. So as you guys are aware, in the budget, it says that the government has a right to amend it, but we didn't know they're going to amend it 2 days later. So there's some wording in there, I guess, Al-Sadini was not thrilled with. He wanted the things changed. You can see right here, the committee met over this. It said the committee is now preparing arguments on appeals filed on the general budget for 2023. Answers or defenses are provided by the Finance Committee in particular and Parliament in general, knowing that appeals will not affect the work of the budget items, but affect the paragraphs that have been challenged. So it's the wording they're having an issue with. Al-Sadini said during the last council session that we will review the amendment budget articles. If they serve the government programs and help implement the vision in economic reforms, we have no objections. But if they conflict with the government programs, there is no room for a courtesy. So a lot of people out there making the assumption that this has something to do with the exchange rate. Nothing in here at all. Nothing in this statement alludes to the exchange rate at all. That doesn't mean that might not be on the table. What I'm saying to you is how anybody can read this and make the assumption that this has something to do with the exchange rate is ridiculous. So Al-Sadini directs the entry into force of all recovery files for fugitives, wanted persons. These are all the people that stole the money from Iraq, all those involved in corrupt. So he's making sure that they go after him and do what they need to do to seize the funds and get the money back. Now this article right here is a biggie. Even though it is in the Dinar news, what is being talked about in this article will affect the value not only of the Iraqi dinar and Vietnam dong and all the other currencies, but gold, silver, and cryptos as well. So just keep in mind where this information is coming from, but it's already being talked about all over. Ex-CIA advisor predicts date when U.S. dollar homogeny will collapse. So Jim Reichert's predict on August 22nd will be the day that the U.S. dollar status as the world's reserve currency and medium for exchange will formally collapse. Now, collapse is a strong word, but it's very possible. Life as we know it in the United States is going to change for us in a major way, and it's not good. If the U.S. dollar loses its status as a reserve currency, then the U.S. dollar will not be the strongest currency out there anymore. As a matter of fact, people are predicting this could lose 40, 50, 60% of its purchasing power, which is terrible. So many factors are worth considering, including the weaponization of the dollar against Russia's economy amid the conflict in Ukraine. U.S.-owned national debt is $31 trillion, and recent talks on the part of the BRICS Plus group will create an alternative trade and reserve currency that would rival the dollar. Now, this currency that's coming out in August, a new currency, it's supposed to be a currency that is backed by gold. This is not the gold standard. This is different. This currency is going to be backed by gold. The word is that it's going to start off being backed by gold within a very short time, a couple years. Then they'll switch it to it being the gold standard, which is two different things altogether. So having your currency supported by gold is great, but having the gold standard is better for us. So if you do not have precious metals, you're going to kick yourself in the ass. I can tell you that right now. On August 22nd, about 2.5 months from today, the most significant development in international finance since 1971 will be unveiled. Records writes in a reference to the up-and-coming BRICS Plus Leaders Summit, which will unveil plans for substituting the dollar in global trade. Now, these are rumors, just so you guys are aware. As a matter of fact, a lot of high-ranking officials are saying they have not created a currency yet. Well, we're going to find out here real soon. What is interesting to note is that on the same day in 1971, August 22nd, was also the day the U.S. dropped the gold standard. It involves the rollout of a major new currency that could weaken the role of the dollar in global payments and ultimately displace the US dollar as a leading payment currency and reserve currency. Records added that, noting that the shift could span over a period of just a few years. That makes more sense to me, and I've heard many experts explain in great detail. With people owning US debt, the BRICS nations are going to shoot themselves in the foot by causing the US dollar to collapse by so much that their debt that they bought is worthless, especially if the United States can't afford to pay it back. 31 trillion out there in dollars, all that is going to come back this way. People won't have a need to keep US dollars in their reserve assets, or as much as they hold anyways. So all that money is going to come flooding right back in the United States. This is a bad situation. So like I said, they're going to start off with saying our currency is new. It is backed by gold. Eventually start moving all the nations back into the gold standard. And if they do that, then the United States has no choice but to go in the gold standard as well. So screw the CBDC. Record says the push for the new currency spearheaded by the BRICS Plus group will affect the world trade, direct foreign investment and investors' portfolios in dramatic and unforeseen ways, and cause an unprecedented geopolitical shockwave. He also said that the BRICS Plus plan for expansions are the most important development of the BRICS system, noting that the 8 countries have so far already applied for membership, along with 12 others expressing an interest in joining the bloc, including Saudi Arabia, which assisted the U.S. in propelling the dollar currency to the status of the world hegemon through establishing the petrodollar system. Now, this portion right here was in the article I read to you guys yesterday in the other video, but I do want to scoot down just a little bit. So up here, Records is breaking down the percentage of the BRICS nation and how much they control of the world. So it goes on to say, but every measure, population, landmass, energy output, GDP, food output, nuclear weapons, BRICS is not just another multilateral debating society. They are substantial and credible alternative to the Western homogeny. Records goes on to say that the BRICS currency is expected to be pegged to a basket of trade commodities, or gold, and will likely appear in the form of a digital currency instead of a paper money. He also said that the chances for success for the BRICS currency to replace the US dollar will depend on the formation of the alternative to the US bonds market, which is seen as the safest bet to safeguard asset value. The key is to create a BRICS currency bond market in 20 or more countries at once. We're relying on retail investors in each country to buy the bonds. The BRICS bonds would be offered through banks, postal offices, and other retail outlets. They would be denominated in BRICS currency, but investors could purchase them in local currency at market-based exchange rates. Since the currency is gold-backed, it would offer an alternative store of value compared with inflation. Hell yeah, man, I'd rather have a gold-backed currency. That holds its value, unlike the fiat dollar. If the BRICS Plus use a kind of Liberty Bond patriotic model, they may well be able to create international reserve assets dominated in the BRICS currency, even in the absence of developed market support. The entire turn of events, introduction of the new gold-backed currency, rapid adoption as payment currency, and grateful use as a reserve asset currency will begin in August 22, 2023 after years of development. So let's not forget that the euro, remember the euro dollar came out? It was supposed to replace the United States dollar as the world reserve currency, and it failed. It wasn't adopted. So there's no guarantee that the BRICS currency is going to be successful. The reason why I believe it's going to be successful is because the fiat is backed by the good word of the United States government. They lie. I don't trust them, and I wouldn't want their currency over a currency that is backed and supported by an actual commodity like gold. Since we came out of the gold standard, our dollar has lost, 91 or 92, maybe even more % of its purchasing power. A collective push to replace the US dollar as the world reserves has much to do with Washington's weaponization of the dollar through the use of sanctions. Yeah, I've been talking about this for a long time. So Records, he predicts that the process of de-dollarization could occur at a much faster pace than he previously expected, owing to the fact that several countries are opting to carry out trade and financial transactions in local currencies, but also because of the growing strategic relationship between Beijing and Moscow as the two superpowers jointly confront the U.S. Not just them, but you also have India in there as well. India and Iran and Saudi Arabia. So if this currency is launched in late August of this year, I'm anticipating a jump at least in gold and silver. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. You might see some jumps inside Bitcoin as well, but I don't trust cryptocurrencies, especially with Larry Fink and BlackRock getting their grubby hands on it. So I'm going to stick with gold and silver. So if you've been procrastinating, now is the time, because the odds are those things are going to jump up in value big time. And now, to make things worse, this year, gold and silver miners are not going to be able to meet the demands. In other words, there's not enough gold, there's not enough silver, which is only going to make the price go up even more. So now is a good time. As your dollar goes down in value, your precious metals will keep your purchasing power. Anyways, that's it for now. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'm out.